Hey, we are Credit is Life, and we have a great video for you today. So today we are all about saving money, ways that you can save money, ways that you can keep money in your bank account and keep growing your bank account, which is very important. So that's something that we really want to focus on and help give you the tools that you can be successful as well. You can do it. You really can. So let's go ahead and dive right in. And I want to speak from the heart on this one because money is something that we need. It's extremely important to us. We're going to need it for our families, for our survival. In a lot of ways, if we don't have money, we put ourselves in a bind. So this is something that I'm pretty passionate about. I really believe that we can focus on ways where we can save money and ways that we can make money, grow our bank accounts, and really have a healthy relationship with money, because sometimes that's not possible. Money can be very fickle, it can be very divisive, but it can also be a tool and a good helper. So we need to keep that in mind when we are interacting with money on a whole level. So one thing I want to talk to you about is tracking expenses. Tracking expenses is extremely beneficial, and you can do this a number of ways. You can do this by setting a date once a month. Like, for example, you may take the 16th, 17th, 18th of every month and sit down and track your expenses. Look over your bank statements, look over your credit card statements. Have an app that can help you track what's coming out of your account if you really struggle with tracking on your bank statements. Make sure you know what subscriptions you have. Make sure you know what you're using and not using, and always look to downsize. Every month, you should be taking that opportunity to try to find ways to help you save money if possible. That's going to be something that's going to be very beneficial, and this can be done pretty easily by tracking your expenses. Now, if you're not sure how to do this, reach out to people and get help. One of the best ways to reach out to people are utilizing the idea of a Facebook community. Those are really helpful. I have a lot of groups I'm in on Facebook, and there's people already doing it. So you have a blueprint, you have a plan in mind. You can watch that plan and you can make tweaks to it, but I would definitely try to follow the plan. Reach out to the people who are doing it. Usually they're very helpful. They like to see you succeed.
Yes.
And then you can really utilize the help of those others to really get into the habits needed so that you can track expenses. Just by basically tracking expenses, you might stop doing an extra coffee a couple times a week. Well, that adds up pretty quickly. Say that coffee's $5. That's $10 a week. That's about $520 by the end of the year. If we multiply that 10 times 52 weeks in a year over the course of 4 years, that's a couple grand that you could have easily probably done away with by just twice a week stopping that daily coffee. So keep in mind these things, and they should be beneficial for you. Next, I want to talk about utilizing debt. So utilizing debt is an important thing that you can do to help you save money, and I'm going to explain. So you have a credit card and you utilize 30% or less of that credit card's limit. You're putting yourself in a good position to now make rewards. So the idea is to pay off things that you would normally pay for. This can be getting gas. It could be going to the grocery store, money that you would normally spend. Consider paying bills with your credit card. Remember, though, you want to keep your utilization low, 30% or lower. 33 is the magic number, 30% or lower. You do want to use your credit card because they're going to want to see you using it. Also, every 6 months, ask for an increase. The more you get increases, the more likely you are to be able to utilize that 33% or lower, ideally 30% or lower. When you do that, a lot of these credit cards will have rewards, systems in place that can help you out. They could be flyer points where you can get plane tickets cheaper. They could be cashback rewards where you get a couple $100 back a year or even more. Things of this nature are really beneficial. So take advantage of utilizing debt based off of things that you were going to pay for anyway. You want to make sure you're buying things that you already have the money for. The money's there. You're sure you can pay for it without your credit card. Then come in and use your credit card so that you can utilize the debt there, pay it off right away after, and then you have an opportunity to get reward points. And that's one way that you can end up saving money from that debt. Now we're going to talk about giving yourself a raise. Yes, you're going to give yourself a raise. So the way you're going to do this is every 6 months to 12 months. Ideally, 6 months would be the magic number that I would recommend. Look at the money you have coming in. See how you can supplement this income, either increasing it by asking your boss for an evaluation, and hopefully if you've been performing, you qualify for a raise. Hopefully you can inquire about it. if you need to, maybe talk about overtime or increasing your hours if that's feasible. If it's something that's going to be a task on your body, something I've gone through myself, then you want to back off. Now, if you can't do that with your day job, look at your side hustles and your side gigs. Fortunately for me, I have things I can do with my own two hands. I was trained as a massage therapist and yoga instructor, so I can always pick up personal clients that way. I'm also a competent guitar instructor and vocalist, so I can pick up clients that way. Those are core skills I could use to always pick up clients. So you want to figure out what your skill set is and see if you can make money on the side. Some people are really good at landscaping. Some people are good at building things. Some people are good at tutoring. These are all good options of ways to make extra money on the side if that's what you're looking for. Another way that you can give yourself a raise is by starting a business. If you don't have a business yet, you can open up an LLC, get an accountant or lawyer to help you draft this up. It shouldn't cost too much money. And then once you have an LLC, when you structure your taxes, you're basically giving yourself a raise with your W-2 job. This was something that really blew me away when I saw what was happening with my own taxes and the ability to hold on to a little bit more money because I am owning a business and creating more for the economy as a whole. So keep in mind the idea of giving yourself a raise when you're thinking about personal savings and finance. So these are going to be my final thoughts. Making money is a difficult task, and it's something that requires a lot of work and a lot of effort. So you need to understand how money works. Money is a transaction. Money has to be taken from somewhere to go to you. So if you're going to take money from somewhere else, you have to understand the idea of giving value. My students will often come to me very often and they're asking me, what can they do where they can work for me? And I ask them, what can you do to bring me value? And they say, please. And I say, I would love to put money in your pocket. I would love nothing more. But I'm trying to teach you something. What can you do to bring me value so that we both win? And that's how most businesses are going to look at it. So look at your ability to make money as a business and ask yourself, what can I do to bring value so that I can make this exchange? Whether that is using your own two hands and doing a side hustle, whether that is tracking your expenses or tracking someone else's expenses for them and making revenue from that stream, whether it's something as simple as just cutting back on a couple things. There's lots of ways where you can utilize the idea of money to improve your financial situation. Keep in mind the idea of debt, using debt in a way where it can help you versus hurt you. That's also a very popular way for you to improve your personal finance. So a lot of great ideas here. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, I'm going to ask you to like the video, leave a comment, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. That way you can be in the loop of different information, different things that we have for you in the coming weeks and months in the future. It's been a pleasure talking to you today a little bit about personal finance and giving my own 2 cents, and we will see you very soon on the next one.